Hi there, my name is Samantha Wilson, and I would like to take a few minutes to discuss myself through the Johari window, which I will later discuss what that actually entails. But to start, I would like to give a quick synopsis of who I actually am. I grew up in a small town outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and lived there my whole life until about 3 months ago, when I decided it was time for a change, and up and left to start a new life in Florida. I have one younger sister who just graduated high school, and I recently transferred from a college that was in the city of Worcester. I'm a huge sports fan, so I hope to pursue my life working in a medical field related to sports. The reason I'm discussing myself through the Johari window is to share different aspects of myself with you so that you can get to know me better as a person. I figure who is better to talk about myself than me? I can't be duplicated, multiplied, or imitated in any shape or form. Johari window is a great way to do this because it gives an organized way of showing different aspects of my life by breaking it down into 4 categories, which are the open area, the hidden area, blind area, and unknown area. I'd like to start off by sharing my opening area, which is probably diminutive to the other aspects of the Johari window due to my clandestine nature. The open area consists of characteristics that are known both by myself and others. The most prevalent characteristic, although not favorable, is that I lack the ability to trust others. I even struggle to trust those whom I know love me and care for me. I constantly second guess what I'm told, no matter who tells me or what the subject matter consists of. Sometimes I don't even trust myself, it seems. For example, I just got a new kitten, and since I'm new to the area, I had taken her to a vet that I felt was safe and reliable, and they told me the course of action I needed to take. I then called 3 other vets to double check that it was the right medication and all of that because I didn't trust their one opinion. And in some cases, I guess this might be the smart way to go about it, but in others, it just causes me more stress. I also sometimes will ask people a question and won't take the answer. I will still look the question up or ask someone else as well. I've been told different things like, why ask me, you're not going to believe me anyways, or don't bother asking me if you don't want my opinion. And I also tend to second guess myself in the credibility of what I'm even saying. I can be 100% sure of an answer, but I will overthink it to the point where I don't even know what I actually know. And my inability to trust people has caused me to struggle with other aspects of my life, such as anxiety and OCD. The second most eminent characteristic in my open area is that I'm athletic. Playing sports and being active since I was a young child was a huge part of my life. I played everything from karate to basketball, baseball, and softball, field hockey, lacrosse, even cheerleading, dance, and gymnastics. In high school, I was the captain of my field hockey team, and I played on over 6 teams throughout the year, including a U19 USA team. I've struggled with ADHD, and athletics was a way for me to channel my energy in a productive manner. I can't sit still for long periods of time without being able to move and get up. So by being able to work out and play sports, I've allowed me to be both active and calm when necessary. It's been proven that athletics have been more effective in my ADHD than any of the medications I've been prescribed, so that's what I tend to stick with. Again, these different characteristics are in my open area, which are known by both myself and others. Next, I would like to discuss the hidden aspect of my Johari window. This section consists of the characteristics that I distinguish myself with, but others are not aware of. I'd say it's the most predominant factor in my life because I generally like to keep most significant information to myself. One factor that many are not aware of is that I have been diagnosed with OCD, anxiety, and, as I earlier mentioned, ADHD. It's affected my life in many ways, such as having to sit and stand on certain sides of couches, tables, chairs, people. I understand this is a ridiculous statement, and I do everything I can to deal with it, but I feel unsettled unless it's fixed. And the same goes for certain patterns, shapes, colors, noises. If they make me uncomfortable, I can't handle it or deal with it until it's fixed. It feels as if I get an unpleasant sensation that could easily be described as the feeling you would get when nails are being scratched on a chalkboard. My ADHD has made me struggle in any school-related situation. Without my medication or working out in sports, it is impossible for me to sit down and do my homework or be able to concentrate for an extended period of time. I've dropped out of classes in my school twice. I've received incompletes multiple times, and it's all due to my ADHD, OCD, and anxiety. Although to me it's a huge aspect of my life, I've learned to live with it and not let it control me so that many people don't even notice, which is something that I'm very proud of. The second characteristic in my hidden area is that I'm overly caring and compassionate in almost all aspects of my life, and I constantly strive to enhance and better any relationship I have with a person. For example, I will go out of my way just to put a smile on someone's face, or just to make their life a little easier. I also find myself doing stuff others that I wouldn't even do for myself. And unfortunately, I love to buy things for people. For example, last Christmas, I bought my boyfriend clothes, 3 PlayStation games, Patriots tickets, and to top it all off, a new iPhone. Who actually does that? And that was just my boyfriend, not my mother, sister, or father. Granted, I had a nice job at the time, but it's still even ridiculous in my perspective. And to quickly transition to the blind area of my Johari model, since I probably made myself look a little insane talking about how much I go out of my way for people, this area consists of the thoughts and opinions of others that I don't personally see or believe. I've been told I'm extremely hard on myself. I not only feel as if I can always be better or try harder, but I also tend to downplay my accomplishments that I'm really proud of. Though I don't mean to, I like to think that there's always room for improvement, and I also tend to think that if I didn't give something my all, I was basically giving up. For example, I was working at BMW, and I was really excited to get the job. I worked really hard to get the job, yet it was like I was almost embarrassed to tell people what my job was because it was not the highest position available. And I don't like to think that I have a negative outlook by being so hard on myself. I feel as if I don't do it to try to be hard on myself, but I feel like if I don't pressure myself, do the best I can, then I will try to ease through other aspects of my life and not accomplish everything I want to. I've also been told that I have a motherly instinct. Many of my friends call me mom, and I constantly find myself talking as if I'm raising children. The reason behind this is because I always have people over that I'm constantly cooking and cleaning and caring for, both friends and family. I also have annoying little habits that I probably picked up from being a preschool teacher in the past, but I always find myself reiterating the pleases and thank yous, even to people my age, like my families and friends. I'm not sure if it's because of my mothering nature, but my family is constantly putting me in charge of different things such as cooking for the holidays. I'm sure it's partly that my mother and grandparents want to have a little vacation, and so I'm more than happy to do it. But the last aspect of the Johari model is the unknown. There are things that are unknown in my life by both me and others, but then there's also the aspect of my life that I do not know, such as my future. This consists of the last aspect known as the unknown. This could be considered the vastest aspect as well because I'm so young. I have so many questions that I wonder, such as, I've already left school twice and I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it on my 3rd attempt. I don't know if I'll be able to buckle down and complete schooling, and can I overcome my anxiety, OCD, and ADHD while going to school? Will I get distracted by other aspects of my life that take away from my schooling? And also, will I be in a relationship that interferes with my concentrating on school? Or things like, will I find a job that makes finishing my degree unnecessary? And then on another aspect, I also have questions like, will I ever find the right person for me? And will I be in a relationship that benefits me positively, brings me down like they have in the past? Am I scared of commitment, or will my desire to have a perfect relationship blind me from the right one? Will my major insecurities like trust destroy my other relationships, or will I be able to overcome it? Although I constantly want to be with someone and do not like being alone, trust has destroyed this for me many times, and will it always be that way? And also things like, can I be satisfied with the person I'm with, or will I always nitpick and find problems, like I've tended to do in the past? All in all, my Johari model has allowed me to learn much more about myself in a constructive and organized way that has made it easy for me to effectively reevaluate myself and also give you some insight on who I am as a person. In conclusion, the 4 aspects of the Johari model that I use to define myself as a person consist of, as I earlier stated, the open area, which is what others and myself know, the hidden area, that I know about myself but others do not, the blind area of what others know about me but I don't necessarily know, and lastly the unknown, which consists of the part of my life that hasn't happened and what I do not know. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and learning about my crazy and unique life.